So I started working kind of behind the scenes when I was about 19. I have a deep love and appreciation for the industry, and like not to sound like super unpunk or whatever, but it's like I remember
the industry is the instrument.
Yeah, the industry is an instrument, and I think that like I literally remember sitting in like a uni class of music, and like I don't know, it was like a really pretentious music class where everyone was like shit talking Taylor Swift, and I was like, hang on, like like how come? And I'm a big pop fan, pop girl, and it's like I kind of made the point of like, oh, like how come using like all this marketing and like branding and tools to your advantage in music, like that is part of the art. So it's like I feel like, I've always like wanted to have that perspective.
This episode of Music Bible is brought to you by Jack Daniels. Whether it's a concert, a festival, or its history with music legends, Jack Daniels is an integral part of music culture, both past and present. From stage to glass, it only takes one sip to know what makes Jack, Jack. Hello and welcome to Music Bible, where we peek inside the brains of those shaping Australian music, from up-and-comers to iconic artists and beyond. I'm your host, Jackson Langford, and today I am here with Sydney duo, The Admired, aka Bianca and Max. How are you both?
We are very good. Thank you for having us.
Thank you,
it's our
Jackson.
first podcast.
Oh my God, Dave.
Very exciting.
So when you're headlining Coachella, you can just like, you can run this back and look how far they've come.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's the plan.
We are here to talk about your very, very recent debut,
Yes.
the Oz music scene, and where the hell tall people are supposed to stand at concerts.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Bianca has thoughts.
I
Bianca
have
has
thoughts. Yep.
Okay, but first, The Admired, Bianca and Max. What was the first memory you guys have individually where you fell in love with an Australian artist or Australian music?
Oh, I mean, I've got one.
Yeah? Do you want to go first?
I'll go first. So I first fell in love with Australian music when I was a teenager, growing up in Western Sydney. The pop punk scene, the Australian heavy music scene was a big part of my teenage years, and that culture was very embedded in Western Sydney, especially where I grew up. And
Is there a band?
The band that did that for me was Tonight Alive, who are iconic.
Real ones.
They are real ones. Yeah. They are the reason that I know a lot of people, I'm not, can I swear?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not shit talking like a Parkway Driver and I Killed the Prom Queen, but I think Tonight Alive are the reason we have a scene in Australia today. And I think that the lineage that we came from was started by Tonight Alive. And I think that like not only were they an amazing band, they were a female fronted band in a incredibly male dominated genre. And me and my friends were crazy obsessed with Tonight Alive. We'd go to all their shows. Some of my best memories were like lining up for Tonight Alive shows. I remember meeting them at Soundwave and getting them to sign my ticket. And now,
Soundwave, throwback.
Now it's really nice because, Jenna, who was the lead singer of Tonight Alive, who are playing again, which is really excited.
Yeah.
We've been lucky enough to connect with her and become mates over the years.
Have you ever told her?
She knows. Yeah. Well, I met her initially because I interviewed her.
Okay.
And then a couple years later, our old band was playing Unify Gathering and she was there and we kind of like reconnected in the backstage area. But that was really the band for me. And then in and amongst that, the wider Australian heavy music scene, I mean, there were bands like North Lane and there were so many bands. Like there was just like a golden era in the mid to late 2010s.
There really was, yeah.
Of bands in that scene that were doing amazing things. And like honestly, that is what inspired us to start. And like that was really like the moment it all clicked for me.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Beautifully said.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean like to kind of on that point, like, there were like, that was such a moment where I think it made a lot of people who played music feel like you could just start doing it or start like touring and like what touring Australia really looks like.
Yeah.
and sort of like Tonight Alive, how they went overseas, did like the Warped Tour and stuff, which was like every teenager in a band's dream to do.
Truly.
And so super important, and yeah, definitely formative on myself as well. But I'm probably for my answer, I'm gonna go earlier back, because the first album I ever owned was Wolfmother's debut album.
Is that,
Iconic.
that's not Mind's Eye, is it?
It is Mind's Eye.
Okay, so that's like
Joke and the Thief.
That's like top to bottom hits, that record.
If Andrew Stockdale is watching, I don't think it's top to bottom hits.
Okay.
I think there are like, here's the thing, I'd say this, like when I was a kid, it like, you know, like blew my mind. And I think there are like, half of it is like just incredible, because I think like a lot of people, I don't know how like seriously Wolfmother gets taken when spoken about today.
Right.
And like, but I think that, look, I mean, like I've listened to it again since, and I'm not going to say like it's my favorite album, but I do see sort of how, because I was a guitar player, I'm still a guitar player in this band, and it was just like, yeah, and I didn't really, I'm like 9 years old, so I don't really have a concept that like this is Australian, not American. To me, it's just like there's Green Day.
It's good music, yeah.
Yeah, there's like Green Day, U2, and Wolfmother. And I think they're kind of
the big three.
Yeah, like on a rock radio, literally. And I think that kind of speaks to, you know, bands like that. And, you know, I'll chuck in bands like Kiss Chasey and Faker and like Eskimo Joe, they're around as well.
Kiss Chasey and Faker.
Yeah.
Speaking to my soul.
Yeah, totally. I mean, like, and I think it's like, I think a lot of kids who are kind of consuming that like Channel V rock music, was like
that is a genre, Channel V core.
But sure, yeah,
100%.
I think there was like
chuck like the Getaway Plan in there.
Yeah, the Getaway Plan. They kind of bridged, I think, like Channel V rock and then like this like scene music that we're talking about, because I think like a lot of that was it kind of, I don't know, I think it speaks to like perhaps the quality of like the songs from that era, that like kids weren't able to differentiate like, oh, this is like Australian, and then like the other stuff is like big platinum selling records. But I think like that was when that was like, oh my God, because those bands would like play, you know, around Australia obviously a lot more because they're here, and like, you know, my dad would take me to a lot of those like shows,
so
like the M, for sure, like, and so definitely those bands were huge for me, for sure.
Well, I can't wait for The Admired to be that for a 9-year-old listening to this podcast right now. But I mean, as a project, The Admired is like really brand new. Like, do we have it? What's the date? What's the form date?
Probably not. Well, not even a year old at this point. So
you're not even walking. You're not talking.
No, I don't know what the formation of a baby is.
I don't know babies.
Yeah, like
we are talking now.
I think we're talking now.
These are our first like words.
Yeah,
and you've chosen to do it on this podcast. What an honor!
Well, we're very, very grateful.
Yes.
Well, I guess, but you've been a part of projects before this. Yeah. Is it scary to jump from the, I guess, closure or cessation of one project to start a new one?
Yeah, I mean,
entirely. Like, what's that process like?
Well, we were part of another project for a number of years. That was kind of our whole, like, we loved that band. It was called Grenade Jumper. We were in that band for ages, and we were really lucky. We got to tour the country. We got to like that. That was how we like made all of our friends in the scene, and we played so much. And like it did the reason why actually starting this band was a bit scary was because that band ended in some unfortunate circumstances, I would say. Like, it's all good now, but it's like at the time it was really like...
It's a messy breakup.
It was very sudden.
Very sudden, messy breakup that kind of like derailed our like
just
passion for music for a bit. Our want to do stuff in music, and like we were just kind of like... We had to take a little bit of time to recalibrate after that. And then I guess we wanted to start a new band. This was like middle of last year. We wanted to start a new band because we were just like, being in a band is kind of like a non-negotiable for us. Like, we have to do it. We have to make music. It is so much part of our lives. And like, because our old project ended suddenly, we had so many like things that we still needed to do, or like, oh crap, like there were things that needed, like music that we need to make. There
was like songs expected for like the next album of it. Like.
Yeah, like we had a whole album that was made that like never came out. So we just had this feeling of like not having completed something, and it's like, okay, we needed to start something again.
There was no proper closure.
Yeah, I mean, there's like personal closure or whatever, but it's just like in your creative and musical brain.
There was no
just,
John Farnham farewell tour.
No.
One
farewell
through
tour.
10. Yeah.
There was no Kiss farewell tour.
Osborne, several,
Right.
Yeah. So like, we had to start a new project to kind of like finish unfinished business, and like, in the fact of like, we have like a whole. Yeah, like we've got plans for this project that what we need to carry out.
Well, you have 3 songs out as of they were recording this.
Yeah.
I love All I've Got.
Thank you.
I think the fuzz on the vocal just
cool.
It sends me back.
Yeah, cool.
It sends me back to, and this is very specific. It reminds me of those movies in the early 2000s where that sort of like alt/pop punk sound.
Yeah.
That would be in like any sort of like PG rated movie.
Like American Pie type music.
Honestly, like even like Cheaper by the Dozen vibes.
Yeah.
Like, and it was like, you don't know the artist and you don't know the song, but you know the fucking words.
Yeah.
You know, that's like, that's what I get.
Yeah, there's so many songs from the Jackass movies that like I did not know the band of till years later. Like, because I don't know. I mean, like
Johnny Knoxville had taste.
Dude, I reckon it was like Bam and like,
of course,
like there were skaters, so like that have all like these pop punk songs in there.
That music is so ingrained in that culture.
Yeah.
Well, I guess what's on the Admired's mood board?
Oh right.
Or who is on the mood board?
It's like.
Sorry, I feel like I'm steamrolling with answering.
Max, who is on the mood board? Who is on the Admired's mood board?
Can I kick it off and then you?
Sure, kick it off. Yeah.
Well, I think like for this project was started with a lot of intention around a mood board, I would say.
Okay.
And like I think the thing, even in the name, it's like the mood board for us is 2007 Fueled by Ramen Core, and like early 2000s like drive-through records. And
well, I mean,
like,
I think 2007 Fueled by Ramen, I think of Paramore.
And I think that like the thing that inspired us to start this project like with intention was like, okay, how do we honor that scene of music that has inspired us from when we were 10 to now, and we're like 27, 28. And like, it's not just like the bands that inspired it. It's like the people.
The community.
It's like for us, a big one, our king, Pete Wentz,
Short King, as I just found out today.
2007 Fueled by Ramen Core, Decadence Records, like that kind of cinematic universe of bands, like that is kind of the mood board. And I think that like sonically, that really like kind of like party pop punk is maybe the mood, probably the mood board. Yeah, I mean, that's how I would describe it.
Go off that, like, as well as those bands, like kind of aesthetically and sonically, I think a lot of like emo and pop punk bands in that time had a shared mindset that they kind of like. I think they did want to be famous, but there was this like kind of tongue in cheek, like have fun with it.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
especially Fall Out Boy. Like,
yeah.
I think they really like leaned into like the celebrity of it all. And like, not that I'm expecting us to be celebrities, but like, I don't really think you have to be like a celebrity, kind of just like play up a persona, you know, like similar kind of like how like The Dare kind of like, or someone like that, or like, I mean, I know she's like huge, but like Charlie XCX, she really like leans into, she like has fun with it.
Well, it's part of her performance. It's part of the persona. Yeah.
And it makes you as a listener feel invited to the party. And that's something that I think like there's so many great like emo and pop punk bands now, but there was a bit of a mindset shift in bands like perhaps in like 2010s where things came a little more like insulated, and it was sort of like, no, like don't look at us, like we don't want to be famous type thing. And there's like, that's cool, like, there's nothing wrong with that, but I think what we relate to more is like sort of this like not being ashamed of like your ambition. And like there's this band that we love called The Academy Is, who, I mean, they're definitely popular, have an audience, but like, you know, didn't like make it to the extent Fall Out Boy did. But if you listen to like, if you watch their music videos, listen to their records, they're like, they think that they're as big as Fall Out Boy. And it's kind of like, it's kind of cool. And like,
well, like, they lean in.
They lean in because they're just sort of like, well, why not? Like, you know, this is what being we're going to try have a good time. We're going to make other people feel like they have a good time and make it this like kind of like more like extroverted way of playing emo and pop punk that I think we really take from just that era of bands.
Yeah, and I think that like one of the reasons that was the mood board specifically is like maybe because like in our old band we were kind of leaning the other way of being like, oh, how do we try and be as like cool and nonchalant as possible.
Right, like and anti-zeitgeist, anti the machine.
Well, no, we were like very much like going for the machine.
We wanted the machine to embrace us. Yeah,
we were going for the machine.
You were in the machine's DMs.
We were in the machine's DMs, but like as personally, like how we'd perform and stuff, and like all our videos and just like the lyrics and stuff were just kind of a bit more like, oh, I want to be like. Yeah, nonchalant and like don't you know what I mean? It's like
I think like in trying to be part of the machine, I mean it's kind of like sidetrack on talking about like the difference between our old band and this band. Because you're right. Like our old band was trying to like do the thing, play the game, and in that you have like we felt that we had to be really safe in what we like, said and how we like wrote our song, how we put ourselves out there. Whereas I think sort of like with this project, not that we're out there, we're not trying to be like an edgelord or anything, but like when you kind of do it with this attitude of like, well, we're going to just lean into, you know, like who we are as people, you get that more freedom and it's kind of more fun to do. You don't feel like restrained. Like we just don't want to feel restrained at all in this project.
Exactly. And nor should you. It's, you know, it's your creative baby.
Yeah.
Bianca. Full transparency.
Yes.
I'm going to let you in a little secret. You work within the music industry. Your full-time job is not the Admired. You know, one day perhaps.
Maybe.
But it's not currently. Do you think that has shaped your artistry in any way?
Yeah, I think it has. I think like...
Or has it even done the opposite?
Yeah, I would say so. Like for both of those. Like, so I started working kind of behind the scenes when I was about 19, and like that is how both of us got into music. Like we, like into the scene. It's like we were kind of like. Yeah, I guess like maybe it was just like how we grew up and stuff. We just thought, oh, okay, like no, like doing the band thing is like not for us. Like we'll be behind the scenes. Like we were, you know, working in the music industry, like booking shows, like doing that sort of thing. And yeah, I've been working in and amongst it adjacently for nearly 10 years now. And I think it has definitely shaped my artistry. Because I guess it's shaped like my experience of being in a band, because like the reason I wanted to start a band is because I was like, oh, I guess I know how this kind of works now.
You have so much context.
Yeah, I was like, I guess I could like make this work now. But it also like I have a deep love and appreciation for the industry, and like actually like really love a lot of my favorite artists are artists I would consider like who use the industry to their advantage, like not to sound like super unpunk or whatever, but it's like I remember
the industry is an instrument.
Yeah, the industry is an instrument, and I think that like I literally remember sitting in like a uni class of music, and like I don't know, it was like a really pretentious music class where everyone was like shit talking Taylor Swift, and I was like, hang on, like like how come? And I'm a big pop fan, pop girl, and it's like I kind of made the point of like, oh, like how come using like all this marketing and like branding and tools to your advantage in music, like that is part of the art. So it's like I feel like I've always like wanted to have that perspective heaps. And but I think in the opposite, it's also like being in the genre that we're in. And also like, over the years, like we've worked with a number of people and teams and stuff. And it's just like, it has like sometimes been insinuated that like this is a problem. And it kind of like makes me seem less authentic as a rocker, like that I, you know, like that I work behind the scenes. And it's just like, no, like it's only in the last like year. It's like honestly starting this project and like, not only do we work in the music industry, like, yeah, like we have some other like projects like industry wise that we're working on at the moment in terms of like management and stuff like that. And yeah, like it's honestly been like this thing of like undoing this mindset of like, oh, just because I do this stuff doesn't make me any less like authentic being in a band.
Or valid as an artist.
Yeah, valid as an artist. And it's just like, yeah, honestly, it's been like part of that like climbing cringe mountain sort of thing. It's like people might see it as like a cringe thing that like you do this stuff behind the scenes or whatever, but it's like, no, it's like, it's just like two things I do. And like, yeah, I guess, yeah, it doesn't make you less authentic. I mean, I've said this many times. It's like I've been like in the van, in our car on the way to play a show at Newcastle, but I'm on my laptop. In
Newcastle shout out. Newcastle shout out.
Or like, yeah, like doing my work on my laptop while we're there and then doing a sound check. It's just like, yeah. And I think that like having more, I'm very pro having more artists in the industry. And I think that like...
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, like there's a lot of people we're friends with, and I think like the next generation, like there's a lot of people, I mean, I won't shout them out because I don't know if they're comfortable with it, but there are a lot of like people we're friends with who are in bands, who are managers and like doing all this stuff, and I think it's like ultimately a good thing.
Yeah. So it's also like a foot in the door, right?
Yeah.
It's, I mean, like if you want music to be your life, you know, you might as well go for like every opportunity you can.
Fair enough.
And yeah, like anyone that is kind of looking at someone working in the industry and being in a band and, you know, having some critical thought about it, like, you know, you just ignore them. Like, you know,
sound advice.
Well,
you know,
like we've also been very inspired over time by like people like Pete Wentz and like Gabe Supporter of Cobra Starship.
It's still my beating heart.
Yeah, and like even like going back even further, like Fugazi and like the real punk heroes like that who were running record labels and doing it at the same time as being in a band and kind of making it their lifestyle. And that's like the ethos we have about
There's
it.
some like sort of like, I mean, we've like encountered people who see it as like this kind of like black and white, like you're either an artist or you work in the industry. And I just think like over time now, like lines are getting blurred. It's like, especially now because you can like work in the industry, you can like manage a band or whatever, do in creative ways. You know, there's so much thinking outside the box to have a career in music. Kind of makes
true.
And it's like, so we're all the same team. Like we're all trying to make the same thing happen. And some people have strengths that maybe, bless you.
Sorry.
Some people have strengths that maybe make them the artist. Some people have strengths that maybe make them the booking agent or the PR or the manager. But at the end of the day, like it's just everyone working together to achieve this goal of just like being a big part of like Australian culture and having like a big movement happen. So I just think it's like, no, it's a good question because it's something that, you know, like I manage bands as well and like, Bianca's worked in the industry for a long time and it's just sort of like, there were times where it's like, I remember in my old band, when that old band sort of got more serious, I was pretty knee deep into recording bands. And
right, okay.
Yeah, and like I was like interning at studios and assisting and things like that. And it was sort of like raised to me like, well, you have to stop doing that because your focus is going to be taken away from the band that you're in.
Right.
And whatever it is, what it is, like I followed that advice and I pretty much stopped recording bands altogether. And I just think like, I don't know if anyone else, I feel like there are going to be a lot of like, you know, younger people in bands in that position where, because as I said, they're passionate about music and want to make it their life. They've picked up other skills. They've just along the way and they might reach this, you know, hypothetical crossroads of like, oh, what do we, and just do it all. Just do both. Whatever makes you busier in the time, maybe focus on that temporarily just to like get it done to the standard it needs to. But like, don't think that like one's gonna make you any less of the other thing. Like you are you. You're the creative and this is what you're currently doing. And
we love chatting to the music legends of today and tomorrow, but Jack Daniels' legacy goes all the way back through to the legends of music's past. Want to know how one of the world's most famous musicians, aka the King of Swing, took his Jack? 3 or 4 ice cubes, a splash of water, a traditional rocks glass, and 2 fingers of JD. And he loved it so much, he was actually buried with a bottle of it. Already a part of music's history, Jack Daniels is now a part of music's future, helping to share the stories of Australia's best up-and-coming artists. All it takes is one sip to know what makes Jack, Jack. Bianca, Max.
Yes.
Are you ready to get sidetracked?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I'm always sidetracking everything.
No one's going to get hurt. It's fine.
Yeah.
So it's a debate that's gone on as long as time itself.
Yes.
I'm 6'2". Any single people in the audience? I'm 6'2". Thank you. But the older I get, the more concerned I am with the space I take up at a concert specifically. You know, I'm a giant and most people aren't my height, right? I don't want to be in anyone's way, but I don't want to compromise my experience.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have to like use binoculars to like see the stage. You know what I mean? I put it to you.
Dude, you brought out the binoculars.
I know, like just pack it up. I have been like in full nosebleeds at like Kudos, like watching The Weeknd, and I was like, that might be him. Or earlier this year, I saw Beyonce, and I was like, I had great seats, but I was like, even at that moment, I was like, is that really her?
Yeah.
Is that AI? But I put it to you: where should tall people stand at concerts? The floor is yours.
Depends on the venue.
Yeah.
I mean, at Kudos Bank Arena, like what's the difference?
What if you're on the floor?
Yeah, well, you can't be buying floor tickets at Kudos Bank Arena expecting to get the best view. Like that's the.
Some people do. Some of those shorties are entitled.
I was at MIA at the Enmore Theatre.
We were just talking about that.
A great show, wonderful affair, but a very lanky, tall man did come and stand literally right in front of me, and I was just like.
Okay,
are you kidding me?
But
like,
the ML Theatre is one of those venues where it
is on a hill.
It's on a ramp.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You describing that like makes me annoyed at the lanky person, but I also like, what are they meant to? Yeah, what are they meant to do? Like, I don't know, because it's I've been like someone's just come like sat in front of me and I can't see anything. I'm just like thinking like really like.
Well, see, I like if I notice someone short is behind me.
Yeah,
I will be like, oh, do you want to stand in front?
Yeah.
And then sometimes they say no, and I'm like, okay, enjoy the view of my back.
Can I say something more controversial?
No. Yes, you can.
Tall people shouldn't crowd surf or stage dive.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. That is like the standing thing is fine because it's like, again, what are you going to do? We're all there.
Yeah.
Like there is mostly nothing you can do. Mm-hmm. But the tall, like the over 6 foot stage divers and crowd surfers, like
pack it up.
I fear that, maybe that is not okay.
That's a short person space.
I have been kicked in the head so many times as a short person, like because someone
Gumby's bloody crowd surfing.
But I know that topic does annoy.
I might get in trouble for. Yeah, but in certain communities saying this, but it's like sometimes people are just pretty selfish with their like stage antics.
Well, that's what I mean. Is there unspoken concert etiquette? I mean, like we'll stay in the realm of height, because that could go on forever. But like, you know, are people not conscious enough of the space they take up at concerts?
I think some people can get very, especially in the types of like attitudes at certain shows, people can get very selfish about like, well, I want to do this. Yeah. And this will make it the best night ever for me. And you're
like, cool, that flare's going to burn the place down.
Put
it away.
Yeah, pretty much. That's literally the Oasis thing.
Yeah, literally.
I just think like that's sort of something that can permeate certain audiences, just like people being like, well, maybe it can even relate back to like, you know, the tall again, it feels bad. I feel like I'm ripping on someone for being tall and just standing, but it's like, if someone's just like, I don't care, like, don't ruin mine. It's like, it's a shared experience. We live in a society. There are people here. Like,
we live in a society.
I think when it's more stuff like, you know, actually, doing things that like involve compromising other people, like doing a stage dive. And it's like, it's not that I'm against stage diving, any of those things, but like, I think I am all for people just being a little bit aware of perhaps what it means when they stage dive or do something or crowd surf or whatever.
Well, yeah, like I said, I'm 6'2" and like the size of a wall. I'm not going to go stage diving on like see a bunch of Biancas in the audience because that's RIP Bianca.
People are known to do it though.
That's insane. Yeah. No, that's
is there part of you that thinks I would really, really like to stage dive?
Sure, but like part of me really wants $1 million. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
well, no, the reason I asked that is because that thing of like, I really, really want to stage dive is so strong. And someone said that like, I don't care if I can potentially like hurt someone, but you're able to be like, it's not that big a deal if I don't stage dive.
yeah, I would hope most normal people are. Wow. First of all, I love how you flip this interview. And now I'm the talent, but also it's like, I don't know, just get some sense. Like,
okay.
get some.
I think you should be giving the public service announcement about
as
this.
a tall person, fellow tall people. Pack it up, get some sense.
Yeah.
But I think, but it's a hot topic because
Find something else that gives you that same thrill. Maybe that's I think it's
skydiving.
Like, yeah, skydive. You can't be too tall for that. I'm sure. Like
going on roller coasters, famously.
For tall people.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready for our final segment?
yeah.
Yes.
This is our message in a bottle.
Ooh.
You might have seen the bottle already.
Oh, okay.
This message has been written by a previous guest.
Okay.
We don't know. Well, I don't know what's on it.
Okay.
What we're gonna do is you're gonna retrieve the message from said bottle. Well, I'll retrieve it for you. And you're going to read the question aloud and you're going to answer it as best you can.
Oh my God, this is awesome.
Oh my God, it's so nicely done, honestly. We spared no expense here at MUSICbible.
This is very chic.
Yeah.
And
I almost don't want to touch it.
regal,
I'm worried I'm going to just.
Regal, you hear that?
Yes.
Regal.
Regal.
Oh, wow.
It's just like the Mona Lisa. Who would like to read it?
What makes you happier than anything in the world?
Oh, that's a hard question.
Oh my God, that's so nice.
lovely
That's a very lovely
I
question.
can confirm that question was asked by the one Kelly Holiday.
Oh,
Yes.
that is one that you know what? That's really lovely.
It's a
Thank
real
you,
one.
Kelly Holiday. Yeah. Love the song. Love the yeah.
Kelly Holiday's song "Dancing 2" makes me happier than anything.
Period.
God.
Makes me. It's like a lot of little things, smaller things. Definitely, I think make us. I get this. I want to make sure I answer the question, but like sometimes, like just a kind of spur of the moment, small thing, like a walk on the beach or the park on a nice day.
Beautiful. Your Tinder bio sounds amazing.
We've been together for like 8.5 years, so I don't know how much.
Is that how he won you? Is that how he won you over?
Yeah, so
Sorry.
don't mention the Tinder bio.
Yeah, what else, man? We're big into movies. We like watching movies. That makes us really happy. Also, yeah, I mean, like the happier than anything in the world. Definitely, just like
We're gonna go to Thailand in January.
yeah,
Thailand. Shout out Thailand.
Shout out
And
Thailand.
I think that's gonna make because we
Yeah.
haven't like had a like
holiday,
full
yeah.
relax like like week away.
Relaxing does make me happier than
Relaxing
anything
is
else in the world.
I think relax. I think
on,
'cause-
on being away though, what makes you happier than any, I haven't been as happy. Then we went to New York for 3 weeks last year, and I think that was like peak happiness for me.
Oh my
And like
God.
that was like the happiest.
Yeah.
God, that was
Concrete jungle where dreams are made of.
as Alicia Keys said, we met the Dare. We
I think I said we met Alicia Keys. I was
no,
like, what?
we didn't. But like, yeah, we
you met the Dead.
yeah, we went to his like album launch party.
That's so cool.
And it was crazy. It was like walking into a dream. Like we were in this like Lower East Side warehouse
Oh, that already
with all
sounds-
these like cool New York.
That already
people.
sounds like the coolest
Yeah.
thing I've
It
ever
was-
heard
and
of.
this-
I was like, how are we here? Like, why? What are we doing here? Like,
And this guy came up to me. This guy who looked like I don't know who he was. But he looked really cool. He looked like a socialite, And
Yeah.
he was like, "Have we met before?" I was like, "Obviously we hadn't never been to New York," but I was like, that to me was the biggest compliment. I was like, I look like someone that goes to the
I
same
fit
parties
in.
I
Oh
fit in.
my
And this other
God.
dude, like, he came up because like they're just like snapping photos of the event, and I'm just talking to this other like cool New Yorkie guy, and this guy comes and is like, "Hey guys, get a photo," and I'm just like, "Oh my God, I'm like successfully
Worthy of-
blending in." I was like, "Don't start speaking. Don't start speaking. They're gonna find.
Don't let them know you're Australian.
Don't be yourself. Don't be yourself.
Oh my God. Wow, so that's what makes you happier than anything.
Not being myself and getting away with it. Yeah, blending into a cool New York party.
yeah.
Is,
Period.
that is. Yeah, but I don't know.
Well, I'm going to give you time to think about it because we have something else you need to do.
Oh,
Okay.
Do we need to write a
You
write a
certainly do. You need to leave a question for the next artist.
question? Is it a secret?
Yep, I'm not going to tell you who it is, and I'm also going to make sure you don't repeat the question that you asked.
Oh, okay, cool. Do we have to say what we're going to ask?
No, I don't want to know it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Don't let me hear
Okay.
it.
What about? I feel like you'll have a good one.
Is there an Australian song that makes you happier than ever? Keep writing. Is there an Australian, even like from that scene you were talking about, from
Like
like
Channel V scene.
yeah. Shout out Channel V, honestly. Like,
Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, like,
Danny Clayton, if you're watching this, like,
I remember when I was like, my first concert was a free show that was End of Fashion, Evermore, and Sarah Blasco.
oh my god,
Yeah.
I'd pay good money for that lineup.
Oh yeah, well, this is free at Bondi,
Wow.
and it
Hell
was
yeah.
yeah, and like I don't know, anytime I hear like one of those End of Fashion, I know like I don't know how many people these days are aware of End of Fashion, but I mean,
Do your homework. Do your homework.
do your homework.
Yeah.
That song "Oh Yeah" by End of Fashion, just that
Hell
goes so
yeah.
hard. There's some new bands that make me,
We've been
make me
talking
happier.
about actually, I have had this song on repeat, but Back of My Hand by the Bel Lip Bombs.
Yeah,
Incredible band.
We were listening
Yeah.
to that the other day, and I was like, "Oh my god, I think this is like the best Australian song of the last like 10 years." Like, it really blew.
Small claim.
Yeah,
Small claim.
I'm really just like blown away
God.
by that song.
Well, there you go. Well,
Yeah.
listeners have research to
Yeah.
do.
no,
Mac-
you don't have to bother with the End of Fashion one. Listen to the
no,
Lip
do it
Bombs.
both. You want to know where we've come from and where we're going. That's what we're all about here at Music Bible. Bianca, I can do that for you. Don't you worry. Leave your secret with me.
Yes.
Thank you so much for stopping by, Bianca and Max, the admired. Round of applause, everyone. There we are. If you could just let the lovely people at home know where they can find you online.
Online,
Yeah.
you can find us on, all your regular streaming platforms, and then if you head over to Instagram and TikTok, we're on there as well.
What's the handle? Drop the handle.
The handle is just the _ the admired.
2 underscores.
Yeah, or maybe it's 3.
Okay, we'll find out how many
If
underscores it is.
you
and we'll
type
circle
in
back.
the
Type in the
admired,
admired, we'll come up.
we'll come up. We'll be there.
Yeah.
Music Bible Australia is a Val Morgan digital production and part of the LADbible Australia network. Make sure to hit subscribe or follow so you don't miss an episode. And if you like what you hear, rate us 5 stars and tell your friends to tune in.